everyone, and welcome to Smash TV's District Roundup, a recap of what's been happening in the St. Mary's Area School District. I'm Julie Wilson.
And I'm Tim Schreiber. The first few months have been filled with incredible learning experiences for our students and faculty. From field trips to performances, pep rallies to team building activities, the students in the St. Mary's Area School District are receiving a well-rounded and fun-filled education.
To begin with these learning opportunities, we focus on the kindergarten students at South St. Mary's Elementary School. For more, here's Jensen Kudre.
We've all heard the saying, all I really need to know, I learned in kindergarten. Well, the students at South St. Mary's have really enhanced their knowledge by taking 2 very informative field trips. Last month, the kindergarten students walked to the public library. While there, they got a tour of the library and explored the children's library. In addition, the librarian read 2 stories to them. We Are in a Book by Mo Williams and The Book with No Pictures by B.J. Novak. This month, these students took their annual field trip to Gillen's farm in Kersey. The students spent part of the day on the farm with Dave and Diane Gillen, seeing the horses, sheep, ducks, geese, chickens, mini horses, and even a teepee. The trip ended with a hayride. While we may not learn everything in kindergarten, the students at South St. Mary's have definitely gotten a great head start by learning some great life lessons. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Jensen Kudre.
The kindergarten students weren't the only ones who got to learn outside the classroom. For more on this, we turn to Blake Greshaw.
Everyone in our district knows what amazing wildlife our area provides. The 4th grade students at South St. Mary's Elementary School got to learn more about our biggest tourist attraction, the elk. Each year, the 4th graders at South get to spend the day at the Elk Visitor Center. Mr. Wendell, Mrs. Nedzinski, Mrs. Porklob, and Mrs. Hansloven's classes spent the day learning about our local area and resources. The students took part in learning centers throughout the day, which included playing a game to learn about the effects of hunters, elk killed in car accidents, resources in short supply, and herd numbers increasing and decreasing due to these reasons. They also viewed a movie about the elk being reintroduced to our area and walked the viewing trails around the visitor center with former middle school teachers Mr. Bob Bolt and Mrs. Linda Buhite. If you haven't been to the Elk Visitor Center, we at Smash TV highly recommend you visit. I'm sure the 4th grade students would agree. For Smash TV, I'm Blake Greshaw.
The faculty at South St. Mary's enhanced their team building skills during one of their in-service days. Working as teams, the faculty played a highly entertaining game of Hungry Hungry Hippo. South's physical education teacher, Mrs. Mandy Assalone, served as a referee. It was a great time for all involved.
The students at Bennetts Valley Elementary School are also having amazing learning opportunities. As we reported last year, the school built an outdoor classroom to expand their students' education. For an update, here's Kelsey Benjamin.
Thanks to the hard work of the BVPTO, the Bennetts Valley Elementary School students have been learning in their new outdoor classroom. Over the summer, the BVPTO prepared the classroom space for learning. Construction and staining was completed and new desk benches were installed. In addition, the first portion of the brick sidewalk was laid. Bennetts Valley would like to thank everyone who has purchased a brick to support the new learning space. The public is invited to attend a Super Bingo Night to benefit the outdoor classroom on November 14th at the Weedville American Legion. Doors open at 5 p.m. and bingo will start at 6 p.m. Food auction and giveaways will happen throughout the night. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Kelsey Benjamin.
Thanks for the update, Kelsey. The outdoor classroom isn't the only place where students learned about nature. Mrs. Pine's 1st grade class watched as caterpillars turned into butterflies and then released them.
The 1st graders at Bennetts Valley are studying about the life cycle of a butterfly, and we were fortunate to have caterpillars that in stage 2, it's first eggs, then caterpillars, and then chrysalis, and then the monarch butterfly, the 4th stage. So to our surprise, today, September 25th, when I came in this morning, the chrysalis changed overnight and turned into a beautiful monarch butterfly.
It's so beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
I saw one. I like it.
I know.
I
so
saw
right
one
now
sometimes.
we're going to have the 1st grade.
I do.
We're going to, guys, kneel down so we can let it out. And we still have another chrysalis over here, so we have to be careful to see how.
It's going to fly out.
Yes, and we don't try, we just watch it.
beautiful.
So let's keep our hands folded nicely in our laps. And we are going to let it go out.
Let it out.
It's in a knot though.
You tied it.
Yeah, I did. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bye-bye, butterfly.
Flip it over like this.
Goodie.
Okay, let's say bye-bye, butterfly.
Bye-bye, butterfly.
And that is
The students of Fox Township Elementary continue to focus on STEM. For more on this, we turn to Blake Creshaw.
First graders at Fox, under the guidance of Mrs. Bobick and Mrs. Vollmer, recently completed a STEM activity about bridges. The activity corresponded with the story Jack and Rick, which is about friends who build a bridge across a stream so they can meet to play. Working in small groups, students were given supplies of toothpicks and mini marshmallows. Their goal was to build a bridge that would span 6-inch gap across stacked dictionaries and that would bear weight. The groups came up with some very interesting creations using unique thought processes. While not all of the bridges worked, the students learned some extremely valuable lessons, including problem solving, teamwork, and creative thinking. This will be an activity the students will remember throughout the year. For Smash TV, I'm Blake Creshaw.
Also learning some valuable lessons are the 8th graders at the middle school. Vinnie Geithner is here to tell us more about it.
It's one of the most anticipated events of the school year for 8th graders, and it's also a great learning opportunity for them. Each year, 8th grade students spend 2 days at Camp Mountain Run Leadership Outing. The mission of this is to prove an outside the school setting opportunity to understand, experience, develop, and practice leadership. While here, students participate in 3 clustered areas, each with different lifelong lessons, such as taking risk at the ropes course and climbing walls, performing under pressure during minute-to-win-it activities, and finding unique qualities, just to name a few. The students are broken into randomly selected teams, which add to their team-building skills. This is a great learning experience for everyone who attends. Reporting for Smash TV, Vinnie Geithner.
The 6th graders at the middle school also learned lifelong lessons. Recently, Mike Beimel from Beimel Baseball was a great speaker for the Success at 6 class. He spoke to the students about attitude, respect, responsibility, effort, and perseverance. These are all qualities that make our district students future leaders.
The 7th graders at the middle school also received a great learning opportunity. Students in Miss Farah's class participated in a 9/11 Day project, which included using articles to help students create interview questions to learn more about local veterans in our area. Todd Parisi, a local veteran, came into the classroom to answer the students' questions. This is a great way for students to hear the experiences of someone who traveled the world.
This month was also the Pennsylvania School Board Association Conference in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Several of our students had the opportunity to be a part of this. Here's Nikki Holland with all the details.
Each year, a week-long conference for public school board members, administrators, and students is held at the Hershey Lodge. At this conference, issues facing public schools in our state are discussed and public education is celebrated.
At the end of last school year, students in our district were encouraged to enter 2 different contests for the PSBA conference. The first was a video contest in which students were to create a 2-minute video that explains the future of education. Students in Mr. Phillippe's media class created 2 entries. The entry created by Ashley McCurdy, Reba Jordan, Angela Geithner, Bryce Lansel, Zach Polino, Jake Dietz, Jordan Adams, and Mitchell Rakiski was selected as one of the winners. Their video was shown during the conference. The second contest was a talent one. Performance groups throughout the district submitted videos. The high school indoor percussion was selected to be one of the 8 groups from Pennsylvania Public Schools to perform at the student showcase.
Once when I was sleeping, I felt like I was flying in the air. I felt like I was a wave.
high school student government members, DJ Salinas and Efren Fonseca, along with Mr. Sura, attended the conference to speak with other students about student policies and concerns.
Our district, under the encouragement of Superintendent Dr. Toth and School Board President Dr. Horning, was well represented at the PSBA conference. All of the participants represented our district positively and showed just how well public education is working in our area. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Nikki Holland.
Also representing the high school is our marching band. For more on this, we turn to Nathan Taylor.
Most people have seen the high school marching band at home football games, but little do they know they have been involved in many other performances. The marching band started the season during the summer. They performed in many local parades and even made an appearance in Kennywood. One of their most recent performances took them to State College, where they participated in the second annual Penn State Blue Band Unrivaled Band Jam. Our marching band, along with 11 other bands from Pennsylvania and Delaware, received the invitation last spring. They performed in front of thousands of students, parents, and PSU fans at Bryce Jordan Center before the PSU versus San Diego football game. In addition, the band captured their 12th consecutive Chapter 11 championships at IUP. The band is finishing up their competitive season with a trip to Atlantic Coast Championships in Hershey, PA. Reporting Smash TV, I'm Nathan Taylor.
Thanks, Nathan. We would also like to congratulate Nathan on the Sheets Outstanding Performer Award at the Du Bois competition.
Speaking of bands and football, we can't forget that this past month was homecoming at St. Mary's Area High School. For all the details, we turn to Kelsey Benjamin.
Homecoming at St. Mary's brings with it Spirit Week, a home football game, and of course, the crowning of the homecoming queen. This year's homecoming festivities begin at the beginning of the week as students in the high school participated in Spirit Days, such as Mismatch Day, Class Color Day, Superhero Day, Disney Day, and Red and Blue Day. Spirit Week ended with a pep assembly where the student body was introduced to the homecoming court and then voted for the homecoming queen. The football game was well attended by both current students and alumni, and the crowning of this year's queen took place during halftime. This year's queen is Jenna Cherry.
2015 Homecoming Queen, Jenna Cherry.
Congratulations. One more.
Homecoming is always a favorite time in our district. Congratulations this year to the entire homecoming court for being nominated, and another congratulations to this year's queen, Jenna Cherry. For Smash TV, I'm Kelsey Benjamin.
The high school students did more than just display their school spirit. A group of students from Mr. Brem's building construction classes put their skills to good use. For more information, here's Nikki Holland.
Often you hear students say, "When am I ever going to use this?" Well, students in Mr. Brem's building construction classes learned exactly when their skills would be used.
These students, under the supervision of Mr. Brem and Mr. Schreiber, put their skills to good use as they helped to fix playland at Memorial Park. Richie Williamson and Natalie Rhodes shared some of their experiences during this project.
I remodeled the monkey bars, and then the second time I remodeled the park benches.
This will be an ongoing process as the students will return later this year.
Well, we're not really done yet. We've been working on this park for approximately 2 days, 6 hours a day, and we're planning on heading back in the springtime.
It's clear that the skills learned in our district will give our students the edge as they enter the working world. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Nikki Holland.
What a great way to test the skills and help the community at the same time. Another organization that's helping the community is DECA. For more on this, we turn to Jensen Kudre.
DECA is one of the many clubs the high school has to offer. It also happens to be the largest, with over 100 members. The DECA Club is under the leadership of Ms. Jackson. The members participate in several competitions throughout the school year, but they do a lot more than that. Recently, the Community's Bow Glow, which helped to raise funds for cancer research. They also run the Dutch Cafe, a coffee shop that is open to faculty and students at the high school. Students involved in DECA also have the opportunity to travel to Philadelphia and New York City to learn more about marketing. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Jensen Kudre.
DECA isn't the only group of high school students who gave back to the community. Members of the National Honor Society participated in a highway cleanup, and more recently, they helped project gifts for kids by wrapping presents.
Another popular club in our district is a drama club. They will be presenting their play in November. For more on this, here's Ashley McCurdy.
Every year the community has an opportunity to see two amazing stage productions, the Fall Play and the Spring Musical. This year, the Fall Play, under the direction of Mr. Matt Frank, is sure to entertain audiences of all ages. Alice in Wonderland is a favorite story that has been done in many forms: the original novel, several movies, musicals, and stage productions. This year's drama club will present this timeless classic on November 19th, 20th, and 21st. Audience members will not be disappointed as many of the memorable scenes will be recreated. With the sets being built by Mr. Frank's stagecraft classes, the stage will place the audience into a fairy tale land. Tickets for the play will be available at the door. The show will begin at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars for November 19th, 20th, and 21st. You won't want to miss this production of Alice in Wonderland. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Ashley McCurdy.
Thank you, Ashley. Stage productions are a big part of our curriculum. The high school students aren't the only ones presenting the fall production. Students from Fox Township and Bennetts Valley Elementary School, under the direction of Miss Tiffany Gump, will present the first ever extracurricular musical. Robin Hood will be performed on Thursday, November 19th at 5 p.m. at Bennetts Valley Elementary School.
Throughout the school year, the music students at Fox and BV will be raising funds for good causes. At the end of the school year, the students will be able to participate in a fun trip to the Gross's Music Park as a reward for joining a music extracurricular activity. Half of the proceeds of the fundraising efforts will be put towards the trip, while the other half will be donated for charitable organizations. The first fundraiser is underway as students are collecting loose change. The team with the most money collected by the Robin Hood performance date will win a prize.
What a great idea from our elementary students. It's easy to see that our district's music department is top-notch because they are able to interest students at a young age. To continue this trend, the elementary music teachers held a special evening for students interested in learning a musical instrument. Carl Smith has more.
The elementary music teachers in our district are some of the most busiest faculty members, with teaching general music classes, putting together grade level plays, and teaching instrument lessons. They also have something to do.
To help generate more interest in playing a musical instrument, these teachers, Ms. Gump, Mr. Gankowski, and new to our district, Miss Metal, helped an instrument night. Inviting students who are the age to learn an instrument, these teachers put together a great program. 2 local instrumental rental companies presented their rental programs to provide parents with choices. After the presentation, the music teachers and presenters helped students to try different instruments in order to find the one that would work best for the students and interest him for her the most.
The evening was very well attended, and the students were really excited to start learning an instrument. They definitely had a great idea to keep music alive in our schools. Reporting from Smash TV, I'm Carl Smith.
Our final story for this edition involves our entire district. We turn to Ashley McCurdy to tell us more.
Anyone traveling to the 5 different buildings in our school district over the summer probably noticed a lot of construction. With the approval from the St. Mary's Area School District School Board and Superintendent Dr. Toth, our district received a lot of upgrades and technology. Buildings in our district received some sort of upgrades or improvements. South St. Mary's Gymnasium was refinished and the building received some much needed air conditioning. Bennetts Valley got a new roof and some outside changes. The middle school received new flooring throughout the building and new sidewalks. The high school's campus was given a facelift with new landscaping, and the football field and stadium were redone. In addition, the entire district was given new computer networking capabilities and new technology. This change will keep our district going with the changing times and technology. These upgrades will certainly keep the school buildings functioning and provide a top-notch education for all of our students. I'm Ashley McCurdy for Smash TV.
Thank you, Ashley. These upgrades are definitely appreciated by all of us. Before we end this edition, we would like to show the entire winning PSBA video.
Hello, class.
Hello. Hey.
Today we're going to be talking about the future of education. I'm going to take roll first and then we're going to get started. Kelsey? Here. Gracie? Here. Julia? Here. Jordan? Here. Zach? Here. Okay, if you could open your books to page 573 and get started on the bell ringer, I'm going to go make copies. It's over there on the board.
Did you guys get the update for the Never gonna be able to pass this test.
This concludes this edition of our District Roundup. From all of us at Smash TV, have a good night.
And a great tomorrow.